Indeed, I believe that the foundation of the solution truly needs to be self-reliance, since I don't think it's sufficient to rely on the private sector to solve this issue for you because they dislike ESG. The world's biggest hedge funds have prepared their Bitcoin ETFs and are already amassing billions of dollars worth of Bitcoin, sometimes even daily, with the phenomenon of Bitcoin already underway. As the future of the cryptocurrency market is completely unexpected, it is more crucial than ever that we are ready for it. Although it's not in your best interest, BlackRock CEO Larry Fink has a very clear vision for how the cryptocurrency markets will operate. He will continue to sell everyone on this dream in the hopes that the price will rise and that people will be content with that alone. However, Bitcoin is much more than just a means of generating income. It's a groundbreaking idea that's meant to deprive these big banks and hedge funds of their influence, and we must never lose sight of the fact that this is the original reason we came here. Anyone who tells you differently is simply out of touch with the fundamental goals of cryptocurrencies and the reasons behind their invention, as XRP and the other cryptocurrencies that are currently trading were both influenced by Bitcoin. It is therefore more crucial than ever that we comprehend the fundamental reason we are here and work together to fight for what is right. This will be a protracted battle, and the only way we'll win it is if we pay close attention to one another and stick together the whole time. Let's listen to Whitney Webb's thoughts. When discussing this public-private drama, it's crucial to remember that, well, just take a peek into the Treasury Secretary's office. Thus, in the case of Clinton, it was Goldman Sachs' Robert Rubin. He works to overturn Glass-Steagall. And then Henry Paulson of Goldman Sachs is Treasury of the Secretary when the whole bubble bursts in 2008. Next up is Tim Gaithner, a former employee of Larry Summers and Robert Rubin, Obama's Treasury Secretary. Then there's Steve Mnuchin, a participant in the 2008 financial crisis, whose father was a senior executive at Goldman Sachs, and who was Goldman Sachs himself. Thus, when they hold political authority, they formulate policies that serve their own interests. They were brought in by Goldman Sachs with plans to put policies in place that would help them. Therefore, what typically occurs is that a large market is established for anything when the private sector wants something or needs something. Even though a lot of money was put in developing the carbon market, nobody is using it. Then they intend to compel people to use the carbon market by means of the public sector. Thus, they're attempting to accomplish it under the pretense of a climate emergency, correct? And it isn't effective. What will they do and how will they go about doing it if that doesn't work? As Mark and I have already discussed, they are attempting to approach it through the private sector. Oh, I see. If the central bank admits that money is programmable and surveillable, you guys aren't interested. So perhaps you will accept it if a private bank does, right? However, the flip side of this is what's currently occurring in countries like Argentina, where people's purchasing power has drastically decreased. Therefore, I believe that the poverty percentage was just absurdly high before Milei taking office. It was, I believe, about 60%. Additionally, when Milei took over, the Argentinian people saw a significant decline in their purchasing power as a result of the 50% devaluation of the currency. Currently, the desperate Argentinians are being told they are conducting world coin therapy and are experiencing shock therapy created by a JP Morgan person. Gazing into the Sam Altman orb, they are searching for coins in a digital identity, a cattle tag. The aim is for it to function similarly to your internet access while utilizing tokens and stable coins like Tether or USDC or any other supported cryptocurrency by Mercado Pago, the massive company that powers Mercado Libre and is integrated with Mercado Bitcoin, the largest cryptocurrency exchange in Brazil. In addition, Ripio is involved and paired with each of these guys. They will be in charge of all the railroads that everything travels on. People are fleeing there because they have nowhere else to go and their money has become so worthless. And I believe that the ultimate objective is by any means necessary to get people on programmable, surveillable money. That being said, if you refuse to comply because you think, oh yeah, this is how I'm going to use JP Morgan coin and beat the Fed CBDC. As for how they plan to convince people to sign up for the systems they're establishing, it appears that they'll employ destabilization and desperation if you're not going to fall for it. They won't just build these systems with billions of dollars and hope no one uses them. They will attempt to take advantage of the desperation brought about by either commercial or public sector measures. And after that, have something like 2008, look, the economy is ruined by the private banks. Despite the fact that Citigroup actually selected Obama's cabinet, which was meant to be in charge of reining them in, the public sector must now step in and do so. Yes, they are the ones who are going to intervene and take control of these. And these are the modifications and policies that must be implemented. In reality, though, the necessary adjustments were written by the bankers. Yes, it is conceivable that we will be prepared for something similar, in which they will attempt to render the current money useless. You must employ financial items X, Y, and Z. And Z if you want your money to have any value and to retain any semblance of purchasing power. And the public sector, if not the private sector, will be able to program and monitor them all. Additionally, they will all be compatible. There are going to be all these different digital ID systems and wallets that appear to be from different firms, but they're all really the same in that they can transfer all their data to a single worldwide central database. And that's really what this is all about. How then do we combat that? Take no use of the database. Utilize the digital wallet no more. Utilize the digital ID otherwise. Stay away from the system. Additionally, I believe that while Bitcoin is undoubtedly essential to their goals, it must continue to exist as an asset storage technology, as Larry Fink put it. They object to it being used as money. To summarize, if the Bitcoin blockchain is required for asset storage, and if the claims made in this paper about carbon markets are correct, then they also require that blockchain. They can't get rid of it without ruining their own plan. So how do we flip their plans and use the Bitcoin blockchain to make it the tool of financial liberation it was touted to be? No, yes, it's worth noting, though, that I believe many individuals in the Bitcoin media will never bring up this topic or what you just said. And a lot of that, in my opinion, is due to the fact that a lot of money and effort has been specifically put into homogenizing media discourse in the Bitcoin space because they want Bitcoiners to be as compliant as possible while Larry Fink and his ilk do what they want with Bitcoin and make it what they want it to be. This is why people are content with the number grow up and sort of the Sailor-esque talking points that have gotten a lot of attention, as opposed to what you just mentioned from example. I believe that a lot of that is due to the fact that a lot of money and effort have been put into specifically homogenizing media discourse in the Bitcoin space because they want them to be. If we want to become wealthy, we must give it up. That is, after all, the mindset there. Furthermore, I believe there isn't much of a difference between that and the sailor mindset. People who want to abandon the ethos or whatever and turn Bitcoin into a Wall Street tool will be encouraged to go in the opposite direction, so we have to push them in the opposite direction. Well, no, if we allow that to occur, terrible things will occur. Therefore, there needs to be a fight, and a specific initiative has been started against Bitcoin holders to try and persuade them to comply in that way. Part of that effort involves managing the conversation in the media. Instead of the other way around, Bitcoiners should want to get back to the original ethos. For that, there must be conflict. That has to become important again to people. What do you think about everything Whitney Webb said in the video today? Please share your comments with me below, gentlemen. In my opinion, it is more crucial than ever that our community comes together. I would like to extend an invitation to everyone to join my Discord server. It's connected below. Join us there, earn money with us, and gain knowledge about cryptocurrency and its foundations with our incredible community. If you liked today's video, please hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll see you all again later. Goodbye, peace.